So in this video, I want to talk about 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you again, because I honestly really enjoy the series, and even though it's not a series that does super well on my own channel, which is sad because I think it is a good series. I think it is worth giving a try. I don't think it is like other harem ecchi series out there. Like, yeah, it's got ecchi in it. It is a harem. It's got comedy in it, but it mixes it all so well. And this is something that I spoke about in my sort of should you watch kind of style video. But I wanted to talk about it even more about why I think the series just is so good. But also, it's kind of funny because when series like this become popular, it draws in the negative attention, those that are the purists, that how dare a series like this try to have fun. And to that I just say, go touch some grass. Like, go touch some grass. These are the kind of people that have no social skills, very little friends. They kind of sit in their own little basement, in their own mind, and in their own like house with their parents. And there's nothing wrong with living with your parents, but how you live is the question, though. And these are the kind of people that are kind of like almost like trolls under a bridge. They kind of like don't come out, they have little social skills, and they just don't like when anyone's having fun, and they do this whole purity thing to try and project their own insecurities, and they try and come up with their own little hero complex to make themselves feel like they're valued. The reality is most people just look at you and laugh, and especially when you're mocking a series like this that you clearly have not watched, because this to me is not a series that is focused on ecchi. Yes, there is ecchi in it, but it is there for the comedy aspect, especially on one particular character that is very, very thirsty. And the voice acting for the Japanese cast is really good, like top tier, especially with some of the scenes where they're really trying to like do some outlandish crazy things, and it's just so much fun. But it's one thing that I mentioned in my last video is what I'm curious about is how it will deal with the growing cast of girls. One, will they all feel unique and different? Two, how will they deal with the screen time and allocating them? And three, how will these girls interact with each other as well as the main protagonist? Because one of the things that I do find annoying about harem animes is what I like to call the cheerleader squad, where they get put to the sideline, you barely see them, and they're kind of just there to be like, hey, yeah, he's got a harem, but there's the main girl, these are the side girls. You're going to see them maybe once every like 4-6 episodes for like a split second, and they might have a quick one-liner. And also, they barely actually interact with each other than small conversations. You might be lucky after 2 seasons in a movie, you might get some of them actually having some meaningful conversations with each other. And that sounds very specific because I have a very specific anime in mind while I'm saying that. Guess it, you win a cookie or a candy, whatever you want. So it's one of those issues that I have with harem animes, is what you call the waifu inflation problem, which is a big problem in this economy of waifus. There are just too many of them. I'm joking, there's never enough, but I wanted to kind of make some fun reference with the economy. But there is a waifu inflation problem when it comes to harems, because the bigger the cast gets, the harder it is to focus on them. That's just an inevitability in harem series, and I'm an expert in harems. I've watched more harems than I'm comfortably willing to say publicly. That just shows how many I watch, and I watch more every day. But I really love the way this anime does spread it out. It gives all the girls attention, and it also is very good at the fact that it does something that shouldn't be seen as revolutionary. It shows more than one girl in a scene, and it shows them interacting with each other. It doesn't mean that they don't know about it. It's almost like there's an imaginary wall between some girls, and they're not allowed to talk to each other because it makes the series too complex. It's like, no. Let the girls communicate with each other. Let the girls make friendships. They're all in love with the same protagonist. And that's why I think 100 Girlfriends works so well, is because they're all aware of the guy. They're all aware that they're in love with him. They're all aware they're all dating him. But when you've got other harems, it's like there's only one girl he's allowed to date. And so one of the drawbacks to that is all the other girls aren't really allowed to have much time to shine, because they're not the main girl. With this series, they're all the main girls. Like, there is no singular main girl. No, they're all main girls, which really works in favor for this series because it means that it can give a little bit of love and attention and allow these girls to interact with each other, complement each other, have interactions, whether they're fighting over something silly, working in the classroom, helping each other through their own personal struggles, complement each other's shit, whatever it is. There's a variety of different things throughout the episodes that shows them interacting with each other, especially the Kiss Zombie Panic episode. That was just hilarious. And the pop culture references, the little movie references, that is brilliant. The attention to detail, and I've not read the source material, but just the way it puts in so much fun, so much energy into it, it's just, it makes the series so much fun, which is why I just don't care what these haters say, because it's just like, dude, this is just fun. It is so much fun, and I'm not going to let anyone destroy this fun, because this is what I've been wanting for so long, a series where it balances out all the girls equally rather than having the main girl. Like, it's not a bad thing to have a series with the main girl and other girls kind of competing, but when you go into other series like that, and I could use an example, say like Nasika. Nasika had that problem where you knew who was going to win from the very beginning, which is funny because a lot of people told me that they didn't know who was going to win. I was like, dude, I knew from volume 1 who was going to win. It was obvious. But for some reason, people didn't know that, but they kept introducing other girls, and it's like, I don't see the point in introducing other girls unless they have some meaningful impact on the story. And sometimes these harems have that problem where they introduce a girl, and it literally means nothing in the story other than just like a small speed bump. These girls aren't speed bumps, they're all on the bus together, right into the end goal, which just makes it so much more fun and less competitive. Like, sure, you can have your favorites, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about like which girl is best girl, because that's the girl that will win. Because a lot of harems, it doesn't come down to who's your favorite, it's more about, well, my favorite's this one because I think this one's gonna win. And it's like, well, guess what, in this everyone wins, so that's the ultimate goal. That's what I love about it, is the fact that it is just so much fun. And again, I do have my own favorite girl out of them all, and that is, of course, Busty McGee with the magnificent legs and that succulent melons, and also back part. I'm thinking of words I can say that don't trigger the algorithm, but you know what I mean. And honestly, some of the episodes where she's drinking the potion, the clothes come off, and she's having those hallucinations of the ideas of her growing, like I saw that clip, and that clip goes around X all the time, or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and people getting upset at it. And it's like, if you don't watch the anime, you don't know what the reference is, and people actually think that's like really in the anime, not knowing that it's actually her imagination. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you don't watch the anime, you're not going to understand the context, which makes it even more easy to pick out the haters that haven't watched it, because they say stuff and you're like, actually, that's out of context. So it just, that's what I love about it. Like, her as a character, I love her because she's just so thirsty. Like, even in the recent episode, she's just like, yeah, I'm so wet. I'm just like, my princess, my queen, whatever you want to be called, I worship to you. So I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who is your favorite character and why you like them? Not so much just like, who's best girl? I want to know why you like them, because there is honestly legitimate reasons to love all the girls. Each individual girl has something unique and interesting and cute and adorable about them. That's what makes it so good, is the fact that they're all just lovable. But of course, you're going to have your favorites, and there's nothing wrong with that. Having favorites and having waifu wars in a fun environment is what I live for. I love waifu wars, as long as it's done in good nature. So I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who's your favorite? Love to know why. And again, if you like this video, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you beautiful nerds in the next video.